I am Amy from Mindology, and today I am looking at the transits for May 2024. If you're interested in a reading, please head over to moonmindology.com, and I also love to hear from you, so please comment, like, subscribe if you like my content. So 1st of May 2024, we have Pluto in Capricorn squaring Venus in Aries, 7 degrees. This is a one-way aspect from Pluto, and this can exert control over culture, art, billionaires, and peace in general. King Charles has his moon here, so there can be something that personally impacts him. Joe Biden also has his moon here. Rishi Sunak, Kamala Harris, they have their moons here as well, so looks like something might happen. We don't have a birth time for Ali Khamenei, who is the leader of Iran, but his moon could well and truly be in the same place with his sun. This aspect, it's a little bit worrying to me, as you know, there's a lot of big names in the Western world that can impact geopolitics. And all of those leaders have scary weapons. There's also an aspect to Libra. And we have planets, Libra? I'm trying to say Libra. I don't know if I said Libra, but I'm Libra. And we have some planets in Benjamin Netanyahu's chart, as well as Vladimir Putin. So there could be significant action from Iran, as both the sun and moon are activated. Western leaders may be shocked, emotionally moved, or they could be able to see money symbols. The aspect that we have here can also create intense relationships and situations with others. So there can be power struggles, passionate disagreements, and you know, this aspect happens regularly. And you know, Pluto does have an aspect to Venus at least 4 times a year, but this is lining up on many leaders' natal planets. I think this is significant, and I also think it's going to be impactful as well. And one thing I will say about Pluto is that 7 degrees of Capricorn, this is sitting on a star called Altair, which can cause accidents, impulsivity, and authority. And this is a good time for astrologers and ambitions with this star, but you know, it's associated with the eagle, and that is, to me, saying America. 6th of May 2024. So Saturn is in Aquarius, and it aspects the sun at 22 degrees, which is in Aries, so it's very strong. Viktor Orban and Olaf Scholz, they both have Venus around this area, so there really could be an impact to their ideals, their sense of comfort. And a strong Saturn, it aspects an exalted sun, and these two planets, they're not friends at all. There could be a real harshness from leaders around this time, and leaders can be really overbearing as well, but there can be doubts from leaders and fears, or a lack of assertiveness. Personally, I do think that something could kick off at the beginning of May that puts the world on edge. We then move on to the 12th of May 2024. So the sun is conjunct Uranus at 28 degrees of Aries. So the sun is exalted. These two planets can create really eccentric leaders and sudden changes. And there can also be rebellious actions and a disrespect to authority. We could see something potentially revolutionary, or we could see leaders making hasty and sudden decisions that are disrespectful to other leaders, and we could see changes in situations that occur quite suddenly as well. Rishi Sunak, he has his sun and Mercury at 28 degrees. Viktor Orban also has his Mercury here, so they could change their communication tactics, or they could be involved with some kind of negotiations perhaps. But Rishi Sunak, he could be at the centre of this because he's got 2 planets going on here, and also a couple of weeks before, he had his moon triggered. So then 13th of May, Saturn in Aquarius, it aspects Mercury, 23 degrees of Aries. Now, Saturn really likes Mercury as he is his sun, so I would actually suggest that this could be good for conversations and discussions, and it could be a little bit more sensible here. We have Viktor Orban and Olaf Scholz getting involved, and they could be key players in dealing with whatever's going on in this month. However, there is affliction to Aries, so there can be some problems with aggression, quick responses, and yeah, it does look a little bit warlike, and there could be an event that triggers a chain of events. 16th of May 2024, Pluto in Capricorn squares Mercury at 7 degrees of Aries. So this is going to make communications problematic, as there could be threats, demands, exaggerations, and over the top reactions, and reacting before someone has the full information. So the more information that is available to our leaders, the better. Again, 7 degrees of Capricorn is Altair. So watch out for American leaders and what they say during this time. 18th of May 2024, Venus is conjunct Uranus at 29 degrees of Aries. So this combination, I found it to be a little bit unnerving, what with everything going on at the moment. Rishi Sunak, Viktor Orban, names that just keep popping up. Venus can't express itself properly in Aries, so people may rush into agreements out of desperation or just downright be vulgar, and there can be problems with expressing feelings and intentions as well. 19th of May 2024, Mars conjunct Rahu, 19 degrees of Pisces, and it's also parallel as well, so this is really powerful, good for technology, but aggressive, explosive, urgent, and overly unnecessarily ambitious. There's an extreme nature here, and you know, it's rebellious, and because of the sign it's in, Neptune is knocking around here as well, and I'm wondering if this is talking about something at sea or maybe even the Navy. Again, Viktor Orban has Jupiter here, and this is his 7th house, so there could be something to do with an enemy or an opponent. Also on the 19th of May, we have the Sun conjunct Jupiter at 4 degrees of Taurus. So this is a really nice combination, and this can bring a bit of healing and some knowledge as well, and hopefully around this time we may have a bit of a breather, and the powers that be could go back to the drawing board. You know, try a little bit of diplomacy instead of ammunition and bombs. I don't know, it seems like a good idea to me. Cheaper at the very least. This tends to be more of a prosperous combination. And when we're looking at Taurus, you know, this is about land and food, and hopefully this means that we're looking at something a little bit more positive. As you know, we've had a lot of tough transits, you know, sparking some global events recently. The 23rd of May 2024, so Venus is conjunct Jupiter at 5 degrees in Taurus. So these are two of the great benefic planets, and Venus is really happy in Taurus, and this is good for wealth, comforts, enjoyments, and we could see a sense of peace, and things may be starting to look up. However, you know, Jupiter is really expansive and Venus is indulgent, so we have to be careful not to take these actions to extremes or become complacent. So hopefully this is a sign of peace talks, de-escalations, and, you know, receding tensions, or perhaps it's just all wishful thinking, but that one I'd really like to be right on. 27th of May 2024, Saturn in Aquarius, it aspects Mercury 24 degrees of Aries again. So as I said before, they're friends, so this could be serious talks moving forward. Iran's leader does have Uranus here, so there could be some sudden changes in some cases. It's something that is to do with him, but we're also looking at Aries as well, so there could be a reactive nature to the talks. 30th of May 2024, Mercury is conjunct Uranus, 29 degrees of Aries. So King Charles has his son here, so there could be something involving the UK. Yay! Talks and communications could shift and change as well. So I do think the UK and the US are really going to be getting involved and talking with Iran this month. Hopefully they're trying to calm tensions, and, you know, as opposed to thinking, well, no one likes this. History tells us that popularity goes up during a war, so let's ramp this up before elections. Because that would really be nice if they didn't do that. On that subject, I know that our leaders in the UK are talking about having elections in end of 2024. So that will be around about the same time as America. And I don't like that month for stuff like that. It looks really quite aggressive and problematic and angry, which I'll talk about nearer the time. But yes, not much one for that date really, but hey ho. So overall, we could see some tensions heating up this month. Hopefully by the end of the month, we may see some negotiation instead of the beginning of World War III. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye.